What's up, everybody? It's Roya. I am back with another video, and as you can see by the title, this video is going to be on my Chanel brush collection. And I wanted to do this video because right now there are several brands of brushes on the market. You've kind of got like your side independent brands like Sigma and Sedona Lace and Morphe, and then you've got your really super luxurious brands like Chanel, Tom Ford, Marc Jacobs. I think It Cosmetics would be right up there with them because they are kind of pricey in my opinion. And then you've got your drugstore ones, Real Techniques and Elf and things of that nature. I kind of wanted to start off and talk about these because I've been asked a couple questions about the Chanel brushes that I own, because I do own quite a bit of them, pretty much their entire collection outside of maybe 4 brushes, one being the retractable lip brush, which I just don't want. I think one of them is like an eye brush that I just would never use. And then the other 2 are actually on my list to get. So the contour brush and the new foundation brush. The contour brush has been on and off of the website, so I've had kind of a little bit of trouble tracking it down. And it is a little bit more expensive. And then you've got the new foundation brush, which has just come out. I say within the last couple weeks to months, maybe like 2 or 3 months it's been out now. So I just kind of put it on my wish list that I'm on standby. I actually want to go to the counter and like touch it and feel it and see if it's even something that I want, because I just don't want to just be buying them to buy them. Now, I will say, as far as my collection is concerned, I decided to invest in Chanel brushes because out of all the brushes that I tried, they fit the bill for me. They had the stability that I like. They're super, super easy to use. They apply makeup beautifully. The price point is right there where I can reach it. It's not like fetching, you know. There's the Tom Ford brushes are just way too expensive for me. I bought a couple and ended up returning them, number one, because they shed like crazy and I just was not impressed with the quality for the price. And that price point to me is really, really reaching far. So these had the best price. These had the best price point to me, and these are just the easiest to use. But to each his own. Your preference, your money. Spend it the way that you want to spend it. But without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the video and show you guys the brushes that I have, how I feel about them, and which ones I think that if you are just going to add a couple to your collection, you should get. Stay tuned. Alright, so I'm going to start with kind of like the side brushes. The first being the first one that I ever purchased. And that is the Chanel Kabuki brush. Now, this is made like your typical kabuki brush, but does not work like your typical kabuki brush. This brush just flows on your face. It's natural hair, but it's very dense. It has not shed on me at all. I've washed it a gazillion times. I don't get any shedding with it. I don't have it in here. It's in the other bathroom. Whoops. But what I use to clean them is baby shampoo. I heard that from the Chanel sales associate. I've read that online. That's what I've done with this brush, and I've had it for about a year and a half or so. No problems, no shedding, no issues, no concerns. The bottom, you've got the Chanel logo. It's very nicely put on here. It hasn't scratched or dented. Now, I will say this does not like go in my purse or a makeup bag. I keep it here on my vanity. I only use it when I do my makeup at my vanity. I have other brushes for when I do my makeup at work and stuff like that. Next brush is Kabuki style as well, and you guys have heard me talk about this one 1,000 times, but it is just the Chanel retractable Kabuki brush. It looks like this, again, with the CC logo, and it's not something that's necessarily like embossed on there, but it's on there good enough to where it's not like chipping off or anything. And I've had this for somewhere around the 6-month mark. But this is just nice and fluffy and dense. This one is made of synthetic hairs though, so I think that's why it's like ridiculously soft. But it is a beige color and it's part of the Les Beiges collection. It's super, super nice. Now this brush, I'll tell you, this Kabuki brush retails for $45. This brush is $75. However, no, it's $70. But the weight on it is great. The density on it is phenomenal. It holds powder. So you could literally put powder in here, throw this in your purse, and as you retouch throughout the day, you'll be absorbing oil and getting a little bit of coverage without going overboard. I swear by this. I love this. It is always in my purse. This is like up there with when I tell you guys the 5 that I think you should have. This is definitely one of them. Next up, I'm going to talk about the face brushes, and the first one is this one. It is the Chanel brush number 1. It is their powder brush. So they all come with this black and silver handle. Kind of heavy, but not overly so. It has Chanel embossing, and then when you flip it over, you've got the number of the brush here and the name of the brush, which hopefully this will focus. It says powder. This is what it looks like. This is dense. It is tapered really, really well. So it's well rounded. It's so soft. The thing about Chanel brushes is they place the hairs in here. They don't trim them. So you just get this nice layering effect. This brush is crazy soft. It flows on your face so well. It applies powder so nicely. This, if you want to just, you could, if you really wanted to set your under eye with this, it's not prickly or stipply at all. Only when you're like patting in like that because it's natural. But buffing, beautiful. If you just want to lightly sweep powder over your face, this is an awesome brush. It's about $60, but to me, well worth the investment. I have had this brush now, this was one of the first ones I got, for about a year. And washed it. It's no fraying, no shedding. I've heard complaints from people who say, oh, Chanel brushes shed. That has to be the way you're washing them. They're delicate. If you wash them with something harsh, they're going to shed because they're made with natural hair. Next brush is the foundation powder brush. This is my favorite part of my top 5. Again, just has the Chanel embossing. Says the name of the brush and the number. It is the number 7 foundation brush. This is a duo fiber brush. So you've got the white hairs on top that are extremely soft, and then your natural hairs under here. These are synthetic at the top, I believe. This brush applies liquid foundation so well. Pump your foundation on your hand, tap it in, and then stipple this all over your face. Swirl it in. It will give you the most airbrushed, like clean, y'all, clean. It will look so good. There will be no lines. It blends down into the neck area well, and it all feels amazing on your face. These make the application of any product liquid wise, this brush, effortless and easy. I love this brush. I have tried that technique with other brushes. I don't have one here to show you. It's in my other bag, but it applies well too, but it's not as effortless and it's not quite the same. So this just does the trick. I love this brush. This brush is about $50, I think. I can't remember. I haven't had this one as long. I've had it only for a couple months now. But I love it. It has changed how I do my foundation when I sit at my vanity. Next one is the Chanel number 6 brush, and this is their traditional foundation brush. Okay, now I don't use this to put my foundation on. I use this to do under eye concealer with. So I'll place my concealer and then I will blend it all out with this brush. It's dense. yet it doesn't absorb all the products. So I can literally like spread it all the way around and blend it the way that I want it to be blended, and even get up in this area and it just is smooth without looking all streaky and disgusting. I've set contour down this part of my nose with this. I've even done my eyebrows with this when I've been in a pinch. This is a really, really nice brush for it to be the traditional foundation brush. Definitely not in my top 5, but I think if you're going to get an entire collection of brushes, you would definitely eventually at some point want to get a brush of this nature. Next is that all for the face brushes? No, blush brushes. Okay, I say brushes because I have 2. This is the Chanel No. 4 blush brush. This one's kind of dirty, as you can see, and this one is the clean one, or cleaner one. This brush is life-changing. That's why I have 2. If you want to get on the apples of your cheeks, now I know right now the whole thing is to highlight and then have your blush blending into the highlight and all that crazy stuff. That's fine, but I don't necessarily want that look all the time. If you want like a classic blush, apples of the cheeks type of blush, not looking all crazy, place product precisely, this brush is hands down necessary in your collection. Part of my top 5, as you can see, I have 2 of them, okay? This one is the older one though. This one's the newer one. Now, I will tell you, over time, Chanel brushes kind of widen a little bit. So like this brush was not this wide when I first got it. It was a lot more tapered up, the powder brush, but over time it has expanded, which to me is a good thing. I find that they get better with each use and each wash, in my opinion. This places blush so nicely to the apples of your cheeks. Like, I don't have any blush on this, but you know what I'm saying. Just look how it fits right on your... I can't take it. And so I bought this one, and then a couple months later, I want to say last Christmas, because I've had this brush for a while, I ended up getting another one. It's just life to me. Top brushes in general, not just Chanel brushes. This is in my top. Love the blush brush. Next up is another brush that I have bought multiple times, and we're going into the eye brushes. And this is the number 25 eyeshadow brush. And as you can see, I have 2 of them, and they're amazing. Okay, this brush is going to place color on your lid. Let me show you really well. It's going to place the color on your lid really, really well. So you're going to be able to like pack the color on. But then you flip it over and it has just like this little bump in it that allows you to get right here and blend it out. 2 in 1. This is a brush you want to take with you if you're going on some kind of trip, because you're not going to need to take this and a crease and a blending and this brush will do multiple things for you. I do not own not one eyeshadow brush that does this. I love it. Again, made with natural hair. Most of all their brushes, I'll point out the ones that aren't, but are made with natural hair. This one is phenomenal. Part of my top 5, I highly, highly suggest. Next up is another one that I bought in multiples. And these are about 38, I believe. Another one I bought in multiple is the concealer brush. Now, this is a synthetic brush, but I'm going to tell you why I love this brush and why I had to buy 2 and why it's a necessity in my life. I do my eyebrows with this brush. I don't spot conceal because I don't spot conceal anyway. I don't have things on my face that I have to conceal. Like, I don't have bumps and acne and all that stuff. So I do my eyebrows with this. This is the original one that I had. Okay. And it is the number 10 concealer brush. And then this is the newest one. And this one I bought towards the beginning of this year. Now, when I shape my eyebrows, I use this brush, or this product here, the Origins Fill in the Blanks. And it has a spoolie on the end, so I'll like comb my brows out and then fill them in with this. And then I'll take my concealer and go around them. But this helps me clean up all the excess and then drag it all down and blend out the concealer on the top. Nothing has worked like this. Now, I mean, I have another brush that I use on a day-to-day. Again, I only use these brushes when I'm like sitting at my vanity, but on a day-to-day, I do my makeup at work. I don't bring my Chanel brushes to work. That's to me, that's too much. But when I sit at my vanity and I do my makeup, these are a necessity. I loved it so much, I ran out, I bought another one. I need it just for when the other's dirty, because I really go, you know, I use it a lot. This is hands down like top 5 status. Love, love, love. Next brush, next 2 brushes I want to talk about. Now, I haven't bought these in multiples, but one of them I'm about to buy again because it is life. Life. Everything is life in this video, right? Right. The first one is the number 20 Contour Shadow Blender. Looks like this. It is like a largely domed fluffy brush. It's the number 20 brush. Again, just the Chanel embossing. And I think this one's about $38. This blends in your crease. Look at that. If you could feel, and this is natural hair, if you could feel how that feels, this brush is amazing. I need it in another one. So I'm definitely going to buy another one. I'm going to put it on my Christmas. Now, I'm not actually going to put this on my Christmas list. I may wait because these are investments. These are not things that you just run out and just buy a cajillion of all the time. So I don't want to run out and get it now, considering I have a lot of things on my list. But this I have to get again because it blends everything beautifully. It's the perfect size to fit in your eye. It's going to fit for all eye shapes. Like, this is just needed in life. Next brush is the number 19 Eyeshadow Blender. It's a lot smaller, a lot denser, and this is better at like placing the color, so targeting here and then pulling it and sweeping it inward and blending it out. I think that these both work together very, very well. I never use one without the other for some reason. They're just necessities in the look, so definitely a need. This next brush I'm going to talk about, I honestly picked this up. This was like a I shouldn't have gotten it brush because I don't use it. And it is the Cream Eyeshadow Brush number 27. And I will admit that this was just a brush that I got because they were discontinuing it and I had to have it. If you look on the site, they don't even sell it anymore. I had to pick it up in store. I don't use it a lot. It's an angled brush meant to put cream eyeshadow on. My intention is always to use it with my eyeshadow bases, but I never do. So I will not say this is something you need to run out and get. It was kind of like a waste for me. I shouldn't have really gotten it, but I do own it, so I wanted to show you guys. Next up is the Chanel number 15, and this is the small eyeshadow brush. And that's what it looks like. Just like the large one, but small. I only have one of these because I don't really use it as much. My eyelids are smaller, but I tend to like something a little larger to get everything on my lid. This is really good if you're using something shimmery though and you just want to place it distinctly. I like to use it for that, and because it has that pucker, sometimes I like to put a kohl eyeliner on the top, and this is just the perfect size at like smudging it out without getting it all over my eye, like keeping the smudge very precise. So I use this one in that regard. to do that. When I don't really want to wear a whole eye look, but I want it to be smoky, I will take like a coal black eyeliner, and I will take this brush and like go over it really precisely and just keep it one straight line but smoked. And this works really well to do that. This is the number 23 angled eyeshadow brush, and I love this brush. This is really good, number one, if you want to dust powder in your eyebrows, which I used to use it for that a lot, and then recently I found a better use for it. When I want to use just a pencil liner, and like I said, take the number 20, which one is that? The small eyeshadow brush, the one I was just talking about. Here it is. The number 15 small eyeshadow brush. When I want to make that smudge into a small wing, I've now been taking this and like flicking the wing. And this works better with pencil eyeliners for me, to just flick the wing a little bit and then bring it down. And then last but not least is like the holy grail of this whole scenario. And you're going to be like, that little thing, this little thing, I need another one. I bought one from my friend Katie. Hopefully she's watching and she will be able to attest to you guys that this is the best brush in life. And it is the Chanel number 13 eyeliner brush. Look how tiny it is, but it's life, okay? This, if you want, like, I'm talking that dramatic wing where everything is just seamless and smooth, and I need 5 of these, but I don't want to spend $30 5 times for a brush. This just gets it right. Gets it right. If you don't know how to apply wing eyeliner, if you don't know how to apply gel eyeliner, if you don't know how to apply liquid eyeliner really well, and you need some assistance, this is your eyeliner assistant right here. You need it, need it, need it. If you don't get any of these brushes, any of them, you need this one. Hands down. I'm telling you. It just gets the wing perfect. It's so tiny, but performs so well. So if you don't get anything else out of this whole video, you need the Chanel number 13 eyeliner brush in your life. Okay, and then I guess I will go ahead and just tell you guys the 5 that I think you have to have, hands down. You need them, need them, need them. Number 1 is the number 4 blush brush. I think it's the perfect application of blush. It's going to get it right in the right spots, and it blends really, really well, and it's smooth application. Next is the number 13 eyeliner brush. It goes without saying, if you don't know how to do a wing, you need this, because it's going to be your best eyeliner assistant in life. Next, I think that the contouring eyeshadow blender number 19 is going to help you in every way. You don't even need the number 19. The number 20 will help you place it where it needs to go and blend it really, really well. I think you definitely have to have the large eyeshadow brush number 25. And then lastly, I think necessity is the retractable kabuki. And there's some other ones I want to pull for, but for real, y'all, if you could only go and buy 5 or invest your money in 5, I think that these 5 are going to definitely be it. So the retractable kabuki, the number 20 contour and blender, the number 13 eyeliner, the number 4 blush brush, and the number 25 large eyeshadow brush. Out of all of these are the best. Final thoughts, these were well worth my money. They work well. I think you have to have some kind of technique behind using them. I don't think that everyone, you know, an amateur is just going to be able to pick them up and be like, oh, these are great, and I spent my money in the best places. No, you're not going to feel like that if you don't know how to apply makeup. But if you do, and you're looking for a product to treat yourself, or you are like me, and when you sit down at your vanity because you don't do it often and get to sit and do your makeup in this one spot, and you want something nice and luxurious to use, some nice tools, these are well worth the investment. Marc Jacobs is the next brand I'm looking at. Lancome, they were just too stiff for me. Dior shed like crazy and just was not worth the money. Y'all, they are selling you goat booty, okay? I was not pleased with them at all. Tom Ford, they were soft, but they shed like a mother and were, to me, not worth, because I don't get any shedding out of these. And some of these brushes I've had for about 2 years now. No problems. Look like they just came out the box. Other brands. I don't know any other brands that I have tried, but out of those that I have, these have just been the best. If you guys have any other questions or want me to do a specific review on a brush, let me know. But these are my thoughts and opinions. I think the Chanel brushes should definitely have a 2 thumbs up. And just run by a counter and check them out and see what you think. But I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.